Hey, I'm back again. Old Pally here. Um, I haven't really taped a while because, I had some problems with my family. Me and Dad ended up leaving for about 6, 7 days. Yeah, that happens. But we reconciled, and, my friend, she gave me a tarot card reading and pretty much said you reconcile with your family, and that the next 6 months is going to be interesting, and I got to watch my health. So, yeah, whatever. Oh, and there was a warning that if I meet a new friend, they may betray me. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, my dog died. Yeah, Oscar. I don't know if I showed you guys, but yeah, she was a brown mongrel thing that, you know, I didn't really realize how much it would affect me. And yeah, so I was really affected by it. But I really wanted another dog, but we kind of already have, well, one, two, three, four, six. We already have six. We had seven, then Oscar died. Now we have six. And so if I got another one, we'd be back up to seven. And I was like, look, we just got the new puppy. We just got a new bull terrier that her and dad are training and taking to shows and stuff. So after a big chat and a promise that the rats won't smell, I told Mum, I get some rats. I just told you that. Rats won't smell. But I've had rats before, years and years and years ago, when I did my vet nursing up in Geraldton. Um, One of the housemates I had up there, he bought some rats because his girlfriend worked at a pet shop, and the pet shop used to buy the little pinkies for like $5 a pinky and sell them for like $7, whatever. I don't know. And he thought he'd breed them and sell them because they breed like rats. But I came home from the school or whatever one day and went outside the front. Sorry, it's cold here and I've got a snotty nose. Um, I went around the back where he had them, and they were just sitting out in the sun with no water, no food, not really any bedding or shelter and stuff like that. So I just like picked up the cage, went and took them into my room and said, "Well, they're mine now. You're not going to look after them." So, and I had those rats for like a year and a half, and they were awesome. I don't think I ever really named them. Or Daisy and Flower. That's right. That's what I named them. Yeah, and then after they started dying, I got a male. But then I came home, and at that point, when I brought the rats home, we had like 10 dogs, some of them Rottweilers. And one of the Rotties pushed over the cage and was like jumping around the cage and barking at the dogs and stuff, barking at the rat. Didn't get into the cage and do anything to the rat, but the rat died of a heart attack or something. He didn't make it. But anyway, so I thought, just to be interesting, I'd give you a look at the pen. I've got the rats here. I'm getting them tomorrow. Well, it's 1 o'clock, so I'm getting them today. Um, but I've got all the pen and everything set up, except for like water bottles and maybe a couple of extra food dishes and that. Like I prefer putting the food on the floor, around and stuff, rather than having a bowl. But I might get a bowl and put it somewhere easy for them to get, and just fill it with like pellet rat food, so they've always got something to gnaw on. Because you shouldn't leave the fresh food out like all the time. You just put it down, and leave it out for an hour or so, and let them have mung. But uh, oh, better swap the camera around. There we go. All right, lots of shredded up paper and tissues and whatnot, and like a couple of fish toys, like this thing. The rats will love it. They can get in it, come out. Try to set it up. See, so I've locked off. That's where they're gonna sleep. It's a box. Let's see, with like little holes, and they can climb in full of like strips of cloth and stuff. You can make bedding out of. And the water, you can see a food bowl and a tiny little water bowl because you're not really meant to give them water like that. But I always like doing it. And see that blocks off, so hopefully none of the tissues and shit could get in there. And then they can go through it and pop out the side if they want. Or they can just use the hole here, or there's another hole here. And then I went outside and I actually, because I live on a farm, big 15-acre farm, went out and actually got my saw and cut big fucking branches so they got plenty of climbing room. And there's a plate with a few dog biscuits, just so they got food there as soon as they pop in. I'll put them there and they'll wander around and stuff, and find food, de-stress them. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know it's not much, but I do need to go get some rope things I can hang and maybe a hammock here. A hammock, like, get a hammock like swinging from here and like have a rope toy coming from the roof down here, kind of thing, like just above the hammock. See, they got little shelters, and like there's one of them, one of those cocoa peat, one of these huts here. They're like a little cut coconut they can get into. There's one of them hidden amongst the fucking, and there's bits of wood and shit in there too, so they can gnaw on them. And up there, see, they can come. There's a hole, like a feeding hole or whatever, in there, and it's got to close with a bit of cardboard and stuff at the moment. So they wouldn't be able to get out if that were in. And I kind of set up a little play area for them up there. See, I got like nuts and a little bit of chocolate there, tiny amount of chocolate. They like chocolate.